Challenges. Challenges are stuff that we deal with every day. Hey folks, KT with Everyday KT number 187. And today we're talking about the challenges that all of us face on a daily basis and how to deal with them. But I apologize, it's hot as hell in my garage today, and I had to open the door, and of course what comes into the light? All the little gnats. And they suck tonight. Oh my god, they suck. So I'm probably going to be scratching my arms and my legs because the little bastards are biting like it's free beer at a fraternity party. Pissing me off. Challenge, right there. How to deal with gnats. You don't want to put on bug repellent. So, challenges that we have to deal with. So, for me, my everyday challenge, first and foremost in my mind is how do I have to provide for my family. Got to do that. That's like key. How do I do that? Provide for my family. Another challenge I have is something a little more grandiose. How do I help other people? What is it that I do? So the first one, that takes basically effort, elbow grease, and work. Got to get the job done, got to earn the paycheck, got to make money to pay the mortgage, to buy the food, to pay for the school, to buy the clothes, all of that shit. You have to do that. That is a massive challenge for a vast majority of people these days. The old days of go to school, get an education, get a decent job at a company, you're set for life are gone. Can't do that anymore. Wind up out of college, you got $1 bazillion in debt, and you have a degree that you can barely hang on the wall because you can't afford the pin to hold it into the wall of the room that you're sharing with 6 people because they all have the same degree, and there's only 7 jobs for that degree in the country. Bad decisions when you were picking? Possibly. Was college fun? Probably. But you're screwed. So, and then you have the other half of the population, or whatever that number is. They worked for that great company. They had that great job, and they got laid off because that job is now either taken over by a robot or somebody overseas or somewhere else who will do the job for 1/10 of the price and do it almost as well. Almost as well for 1/10 of the price most companies will take. So that's where they are. And they've worked in 1, 2, 3 jobs trying to make ends meet so that they don't have to sell the house that they've had in their family for 6 generations. And they're just trying to pay enough money to have the phone work and the TV work when the game's on. It's really tough. Challenge. And so those are the basic challenges. Making life livable. Being able to buy stuff that you need. Son of a bitch. Gnats. The stuff that you need to live. So here's the challenge. Let me show you the challenge here. Look at that. See that? See all those bugs? Those little bastards are biting the shit out of me. But I promised everyone here months and months and months ago that I'm going to do everything in my power to make this happen every day. So here we are. I'm going to suck it up and deal with it. So that's the basic challenge. Everybody has that challenge. Everybody has to be able to meet that challenge. Sometimes it sucks. You have to give up all manner of freedom. That whole living a lifestyle, that's great and all, but if you can't live with food, lifestyles are irrelevant. You want the fancy this, the fancy that, the fancy all this other crap. You have to have an awesome job and you have to make things happen. Exactly, Dave. Bugs got to eat too. So, thanks for being with me, Dave. Really appreciate it. And Angela and Keith, and I'm sure Dave's in there too somewhere. So, the basic challenges of life. You have to ignore ego, status, all of that other crap just so you can have food. If it comes to it, do not be above waiting in a food line in February in a snowstorm because your kids are hungry. It sucks. I've been there. I know what that feels like. It blows. But you know what? Ego has no place when you are responsible for people. So if you're one of those people who's like, well, I'm never going to do that. I'm just going to suck it up and deal with it. Well, put that shit out of your head. So then you've got the other kind of challenges. The what do you want to do challenges. Like I said, my other challenge is how do I help? I want to help people. I want to be able to affect other people's lives in a positive manner so that they are able to live their lives in as close to the way that they want to as is possible. Now, for some, that's not a reality because of I don't know what reasons. It's just not. Some people want to wear the kilt every day. They can't because work. They're a firefighter. I don't know about you, fighting fire, wearing a kilt, same time, might be great in the movies, but reality, no. People have responsibilities, things they have to do. So, living their life the way they want is not entirely a reality, but they can get close. So, my challenge is how do I enable other people to live as close to the life that they want to live as is possible, simply with what I have to give, which is basically words. So that's where the videos come in. So I figured out if I do these videos every night, maybe, I don't know, a bunch of people are going to watch them. Maybe one's going to get something out of it and actually use it to help them in their own lives. So what that does is that challenge for me is to enable someone else to be themselves, to help alleviate the burden of one of their challenges. Because all of us have challenges. We all have a burden to bear of some nature. Some are saddled with massive debt because of poor decisions early in life, or they got screwed in a divorce, bad business deal, who knows what. Financial problems. Everybody's got them. Nobody wants them. It's a reality. Then they have life challenges. They were just dealt a bad hand when they were born. Something doesn't work quite right, and they've just had to live with it. It's a huge challenge. Life challenges, where it's just a people thing. You just happen not to get along with someone you have to get along with. It's a challenge. So how in the hell do you overcome any of these challenges? It's one of those simple answers, impossible to implement type of things. The challenge is easy. Kevin, I hate crunches. Nope, crunches are not my challenge. Crunches are not my challenge. I hate crunches because if I focus on the abs, then everything else goes bad. So if you work on everything else, the abs as core will square themselves away. I was told that by a trainer once. That's the only reason I'm saying that, because I'm not a trainer. See? Abs not a problem. Abs a problem. All I gotta do is change how I'm standing, and the abs don't go. The abs are no longer a problem. Challenge resolved. So, to solve your challenges, you have to do two things. First thing you have to do is identify exactly what that challenge is. You have to be able to name that challenge. Put a name to it, a measure, something. Say, this is what is causing me trouble. I'm not making enough money. I don't get along with these people. Or my clothes don't fit. Based on what Kevin said. Your clothes don't fit, that's a challenge because you're going to run around naked. Or your clothes are going to look like you've got scurvy. You don't want either one of those things. So, name the challenge. Identify exactly what it is. And don't say, oh, well, blah, 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 this isn't so bad. No. Specifically identify the challenge. It's a problem. You have to fix it. So identify what that challenge is. So, second thing. Okay, you've identified the challenge. You know what it is. If you don't know how to classify that challenge, ask someone who might have the same problem. Say, hey, I'm having this, go talk to a tax guy if you have money problems, or a financial analyst. If you have health problems, go to the doctor. Help them identify exactly what that challenge is. Second, so you know what the challenge is, okay? You've got the challenge. It's right here. It's written in on paper, on whatever. You know exactly what is wrong. One of my challenges, okay? My truck makes noises, okay? So my brother's a mechanic. Figured it out. I've got to replace the U-joints on my truck. Okay. Identify the challenge. Okay. Step 2. Plan to fix or address that challenge. So you say, okay, for using my truck as an example, U-joints are busted. Fix the U-joints and all the things that go into that. This is the hard part. Labeling your challenge, because with my truck, it's easy. When it's money or it's a personal challenge, it's much more difficult because it's a gut check. You have to say, I suck at this, or I'm having an actual problem. This is very difficult to admit to yourself that something is wrong. Very, very difficult. But you have to have the courage to say, you know what? I have trouble with whatever. Something's not going right. I need to identify and label that challenge. So I label it. That's the hard part. Now, fixing the challenge is no easier, but I will be very surprised if you will not be able to find on Google someone who's not had that same challenge. If you have some kind of funky health thing, go to Google. Google your health thing. It's in there. I'm pretty sure of it. You have money problems. Everybody has money problems. You're not alone. There are bazillions of people who have trouble with money. So it's on Google. Don't fall for the stupid ads, but go on Facebook and, there are people who are having money problems and are legitimate people who can help. Not give you money, but help you unscrew your situation. Personal problems, there are coaches. There are marital counselors. There are all manner of people where their specialty is helping get this person and this person to talk to each other without killing each other. Or part ways and leave it as such. So finding the solution to the challenge once you've named it is easy. Granted, you have to actually follow through and fix it, but it is easy compared to having the balls, the guts, the courage to label your challenge. To say, this is what's wrong. That is that's easily the most difficult part of this entire process. But it's very, very small. It's just putting a name on a thing. It's boom. Here's a sticker. Boom. Put it up there. Boom. Look, see? Sticker. Right there. Boom. It's very, very, because it's a gut check. So find your problem and identify it specifically. Then figure out how to fix it. You got to cut your budget. Do you have to go to the doctor more often? Do you have to go to a different doctor? You got to go to a counselor. Do you have to get training? Do you have to get coaching? Do you have to find a new job? Do you have to get a job? Another job? Something. That's the easy part, the fix. You just got to do it. Get off your ass and do it. That might be hard, but it's no more difficult than identifying your problem. Because a known problem can be resolved. One that's not known, you can't fix something you don't know. So with that, my challenge is not talking for hours and hours and hours. So somebody throw up a Kiltology volume. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that, buddy. Somebody throw up a Kiltology volume. Those of you who don't know, it's over on Amazon. It's actually a pretty good read last I checked. Volume 2. A lot from Volume 2 because I haven't read this one very many times. Volume 1 I've read a bazillion times. Challenges. All right. Here we go. This one applies directly. First one. It's been a couple of days since this has happened. Kiltology number 216. One thing every Kiltie is eventually forced to do is this. Organize the... I can't pronounce that, but I'll show it to you. See right there? All that. Organize the whatever that is. Garage. Why? If you can get more crap out of the house and into the garage, you have more space for kilts. And scotch cabinets, and bikes, and weapons, and all manner of kilted stuff. Yes, I'm doing this now. I expect to free up enough room for at least a dozen more kilts if anybody needs a prototype tested. So, I don't remember when I wrote that. It was probably in the old house. Because, well, actually, no. I actually, look at all that space. I can bring my truck right in there to fix one of the challenges. That funky noise. So, challenges. Everybody's got them. A lot of them are BS. Fact. That's just the way it is. They make them up in their minds. But responsibility challenges suck, but you have to do them. And like I said, it doesn't matter what your challenge is. You have to first identify and label your challenge. Once you have it identified and labeled, you can very effectively figure out what it is to fix that problem. So with that, I'll let you go. I hope everybody has an awesome night, and I will see everybody tomorrow morning because the kids are out of school now, and now I can get up earlier. Don't have to worry about getting kids off the bus. Summertime shenanigans are going to be unleashed. So I will see you tomorrow morning. Be strong. Put a kilt on.